How about buying products made in Uganda by Ugandans from a Ugandan online shop anywhere, anytime?
Introducing GuzaUG.com, a one-stop center for Uganda's locally made products. Buy Uganda, build Uganda.
I am Ugandan.
Hello, what a weekend. So we all love our friends, we love ourselves, but what happens when we start making bad decisions? Do we go for advice? Do we give advice? When do we get advice? When do we seek for advice? Well, welcome on the show, welcome on the Remedy AETV, Jenny and Claire. We're talking about advice today. What do you understand when someone comes for advice? Have they actually come for advice or your opinion? Well, keep tuned in. Claire.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us again today. So glad to be with you again on yet this another Saturday, and let's talk about advice, when to give advice, how to give advice, who to give advice, and what to even advise about.
Yeah, and I want to advise you, please use the Let's Farm Shop app to order for your fruits from home or from anywhere. They can even deliver to your office, just in case you're an essential worker. Please enjoy this lockdown with AET, Empower Youth in Technology, which will just deliver your products whenever you want to.
And on top of that, you stand a chance to win yourself a bottle of Red Star wine if you order your goods or your products on www.guzaug.com. Please don't miss out. It's amazing wine, and we get to deliver all the products that you want right at your doorstep. You're watching The Remedy with Jenny and Claire. Thank you so much for being with us this Saturday. And today we are talking about advice. When do you give advice? When is the right time? What kind of advice do you give? How do you even deliver the advice? And when? And what are you even talking about to these people? So Jenny, let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So today I was reading an article. I'm starting to read. It's not only Claire. Yeah, I was reading an article on lifehacker.com, and they were saying before you give advice, you have to first know, does someone need advice or they have come for an opinion? You know, so before you give your advice, first you need to first get to know what someone needs from you. If it is advice or if it is an opinion, or if they just want you to listen to them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that happens as well.
Yeah, I love how they split the three. Someone seeking an opinion, someone just wanting to listen to them, or you actually giving advice. It's very important to actually know what you're doing. So it's very important to identify who wants advice, who is seeking an opinion, and who just wants to be listened to.
Yeah. It is important because some people have a tendency. You go to someone, you actually just need someone to listen to you. You need someone to make you feel that you're actually passing through a problem. You know, sometimes you're passing through something and you feel, am I too much? Am I being too much, or it's actually a problem? So you tell someone so they can clarify. They tell you, yeah, you're actually passing. This is bad. I need someone, like at that time, I just need someone to listen and say, yeah, you're passing through something bad. Not, what if, this is going to happen every time? No, that is not what I want to listen.
You know when someone gives you the audience to actually listen, it makes you feel good as a person that, you're talking to this person and you're elaborating and you're pouring out what you're going through.
Yeah.
It does make you feel good when you realize that there is this person who has listened to everything that you had to say, good or bad, sense or nonsensical. It does feel good.
They're actually acknowledging that you're passing through something.
Exactly, yeah. So those are the people who just listen. You just want someone to listen to you. Then there is going to seek an opinion. Now, I think usually when we go to seek opinions from people, you go with 3 options or 2 options or 4 options.
Yeah, you're just confused,
but you've already done some troubleshooting in your head. You've already, so you already have your problem solving coming up. But then you're just trying to validate something that you think maybe could work for you, and you're thinking, okay, if I try this, if I try that, which one can work? So you're seeking an opinion.
An opinion, yeah.
Yes.
So that opinion, if you give me your opinion, I can either take it up or not.
Of course.
Yeah. So if I don't take it up, you should not be offended. I just seeked for an opinion, but maybe I tried to see what can work for me best, and yours didn't work. Yeah. So you helped, but then you don't expect it to be executed at the end of the day.
True. And then also I think when you're seeking an opinion from someone, I also want to feel sometimes all the options you have, if you have 4 of them and you voted, let me say 80%, and then the other 3 you divided at 20%. So you're looking for someone or some people who are going to validate this other opinion that you're really strong about. So when they also conform and they are thinking that I think can work, so you give yourself more ticks and you're thinking, oh, okay, I think this can actually work. So
you start agreeing with them.
Yeah, you start agreeing with them. So you have more than one person, or 2 people or 3 people agreeing to your initial opinion, what you think will work best for you. It makes your work easy. So that is opinion, which kind of relates with advice. You don't exactly have to take the advice that someone is giving you. So you might seek advice, but I don't necessarily have to actually take up what you take, what you're telling me.
Because it does not mean that whatever advice you're giving me is the right advice sometimes.
True.
We are all humans. You're saying what you think is okay, or what you think can help me in such a situation. But sometimes I might get out and then start figuring out things myself, and I don't take up your advice. But you helped, so you should not take it personal as well.
True. I mean, sometimes people give, not the right advice or not the best advice. So it's fine. So if I don't take your advice, Jenny, don't feel bad. Just know that I weighed the options, I thought about it, and I figured your advice will not work for me in the particular situation or scenario that I'm going through.
But you listen to me anyway, so.
Listen to is very important to listen, of course. Now, while giving advice, listening is the most important. If you're seeking advice, or you're giving advice, listening to either party is very important. Listen to whatever the other person has to say.
Have you ever had a problem and you call someone probably needing, you need them to listen to you or to tell you something, to give you an opinion or advice, and all they can say, you feel like someone is really not listening to you, they're busy, it puts you down. Someone is just saying, I know. Really? Can I call you back? Oh my god.
I know it is so heartbreaking.
It is so bad.
So for me, what I do, if I get a phone call, or if someone walks up to me unexpectedly and they are in need, they want us to talk about something, or they need advice, or they need my opinion, if I am not clear-headed to give you the attention that you need to listen to exactly what you're going through, we are going to postpone the conversation. Even a phone call, 1, 2, 3 sentences, and I realize you're seeking my opinion or you're seeking my advice. I might tell you, can I call you at 6 p.m. and then we talk at length? Because the other party feels bad if you just what were you saying? Oh, okay.
No.
Repeat. What did you say again? You can
really tell that someone is not listening.
Someone is not paying attention. So if you read that, you the person on the other side who is trying to get someone's opinion or advice, I think it's best to just postpone the conversation. If it's not really a matter of life or death, I think you can just postpone the conversation. It's very, very okay.
We talked about bad advice. Have you ever received any bad advice? I want to know some of that example. What kind of advice did you receive?
Bad advice. I have received bad advice before. I think I've been in a situation before, and it just worsens with that kind of generation and the things we believe in.
Like things I know.
YOLO, you only live once.
But there is a tomorrow sometimes.
There's always tomorrow. If we die, we die. I definitely have I definitely have received bad advice. I can't quote a particular situation that I've gone through, but yes, people have told me that things before. Some have probably gone ahead to, heed the advice and take it up, but most of the time,
at some point
you think about it, and you're thinking, what Jenny has told me, does it really make sense?
No, for you, you're lucky you're able to see and know what is bad and good. But there is that person who is actually going to take it as, okay, this person, I trust this person, they've given me advice, I'm going to go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, and most of that, and sometimes it's not okay until they go and do it. And it doesn't work out for them.
That happens. There are people you believe in and you trust like 100% in your life.
Yeah.
So you believe once they say this, oh no, you're thinking this has to work. This is the way to go. And it's not always right.
Yeah, it's not right. Even if it is from someone you really love so much, they're humans. They can also give you bad advice sometimes.
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah.
Even when they don't intend it.
Yeah. So you as an individual, you need to sit down with your head and think and see, is this really good for me or is this really bad for me? And then you just make your final decision because at the end of the day it's just about you. I'm not going to come here and blame you and be like, no, but you advised me to do this. I've never had that working anywhere. Yes, I see people throwing tantrums here and there, no, but Jenny advised me to do this, she advised me to do that. But at the end of the day, it's you who's caught up in the act.
And at the end of the day, it is actually affecting only you.
It's actually
the person who gave you advice was just trying to help sometimes.
Us are not going to listen. But, she got advice from so and so. We are not going to come for the person who gave advice. We are looking at your actions.
And the outcomes are hitting you directly, not the other person. So at the end of the day, you really need to consider who is giving you advice, which kind of advice are you taking in, and sometimes let's learn how to handle things ourselves sometimes.
Definitely, but
advice is good.
Advice is good. Advice is good. I believe in that, always wanting or always trying and striving to first handle things myself. But we always reach a point where there are certain issues and certain matters in life that you feel are way beyond you. You do need advice, you do need someone's opinion. But always first try to think you as you as an individual. Think through and try to figure out how to manage a certain situation. Then if you fail, you can seek an opinion.
And some situations are also hard. I think I've ever come to you with I needed someone to talk to badly. Sometimes you really have an issue and at that time you can't think yourself, like you need to talk to someone. You just let it out and you need someone to just keep telling you, okay, it's going to be okay. Yes, sure. Sometimes it's not always. Sometimes when someone comes to you it's not always that they need advice. Sometimes they just need you to listen. Mostly women. Just come to men rarely come to you for advice. If they have problems, they just fall back. True. But a woman, and I've seen this even in relationships. Let me talk about myself. I've ever gone to someone and I just needed someone to listen to me.
Lament.
I just needed to lament, let it out, start talking and but then this person was telling me this happens all the time. You need to understand this. Oh my god! And in my head, I was like, this guy thinks I can't figure things out myself. That is what comes in your head. But the other person doesn't understand. Some people don't understand. They just that you just need an ear.
You just need.
So they think they should just give solutions all the time.
True.
But women, most of the times, they just need they need that comfort. They need someone to console them.
True. And I think there's just a tendency of the females, somehow we always want the person we are seeking advice from to agree with us.
Yes. Even when
you want someone to agree with you and be like, I know, tell me. We always want that. We always want that. Like we want people to agree with us, but then that is not where you need a true friend who is going to tell you, much as you're my person and all that. However, I think here we can do like this, or I think we can try to improve, or we can handle this better from this
Now you see the way you're saying it, it is good. Like the person is trying to be in your shoes.
Exactly. So you're owning the problem.
Yeah, you're owning the problem.
Yeah. So you're being encouraging. You're showing how you're owning the problem together. That language is very important.
Yeah, it is
the way
always,
you communicate
it is
so
always the
important.
way you say it.
I keep telling people that communication is so key. You know, you see the way you're bringing it out. Sometimes people come to us, our friends, colleagues, acquaintances, like we depreciated them.
Did you watch last weekend?
Yeah, if you didn't, please look for the previous episode and catch up. Yeah, so sometimes people come to you and they're expecting to hear what they want to hear. But it's not always the case. Yeah, you can actually tell them, I think you're actually not on the right path here, or you can try this. But the way you bring it up matters.
Yeah, it matters.
Don't do the whole condemnation kind of language.
You should have done this.
You should have done this. You should have done that.
No.
Yeah, you know, oh my God, you are so wrong here. No, it shouldn't be like that. Just be with the person, just own up the whole situation and say, you know, we can try this, we can do that.
What if we do
what
this?
If we do this? How about you try doing this? You know, the language kind of calms down the person. So actually, in one way or the other,
they feel like you're in this. They are not in this.
They are not exactly. Yeah, they feel like they found someone who is going to take this up with them together. So you'll be surprised. Even if they've come to seek an opinion, they might actually end up taking your idea.
That is true.
So
Claire, how do you give someone an advice without being a know-it-all? Then sometimes you give advice and you end up proving, okay, someone starts thinking, this girl, she thinks she's perfect, huh? Something like that.
I know. Okay, one thing I've seen, one thing that I've learned, or I'm probably even still learning, how you give someone advice. First of all, take your personal experience out of that advice. Have you noticed that most times when we get to people, it's for, so you're going through that. Let me tell you. I have been through that. Let me tell you how life was really ugly then. So first take your personal experience out of it. Listen to the person. Listen to what they are going through. You could be going through similar experiences, but it's not you. It's them and you.
Yeah, that point.
Exactly you. So first take out the personal experience out of it. So now there you create a neutral, unbiased ground. So you're going to listen to this person, the way they've come and the situation they are going in. Because if you start relating to what you are going through, it's going to be something else.
Yeah, it's going to be something
You're
else.
going to bring in your personal feelings, then you're going to remember how hurt you are by the other person, how pissed off you
but
are, how unhappy you are. Yes, it's very
selfish. Really so. When someone comes and talks to you, if you had a problem, you should have come first. Actually, if you come with a problem, even if I also have a problem, I have to first forget mine, because at that time you come running to me. I have to put my head in a very positive place, as positive as possible, and then be with you in this. That is where the we comes in.
Because if you start relating, so you also you even first pose the other person like, by the way, let me tell you,
passed through a very hard time.
Pass through a hard time. I'm going through this hard time. You think it's bad for you? Let me tell you how worse it was.
Oh my God, that is so terrible. That is so terrible.
So the how really matters. So you need to take your personal experience out of it. Then the other thing is, do not be judgmental. Don't be judgmental. You know, we go through several things. We do so many things. We are not perfect. We are human. We err. So sometimes I know people do absurd things. Sometimes we do absurd things as people. But then we need to take out the whole judgment thing. Someone will come out to you and they tell you something out of this world. Yes, it's an abomination. Like it's... But don't be like, oh my God, how can you do that? They've come to you, Don't start exclaiming to me and be like, how could you? Oh my God.
So now what happened?
How could you? Oh my God, are you insane? Are you out of your mind? The mere fact that someone has come to talk to you, just don't be judgmental. Just maintain that clear, open mind.
Yeah,
and just listen to them, however absurd the thing they are talking about is. Yeah.
If you say it like that, the how could you beat? It's as if you're actually proving to them what you did was bad.
And I don't need to hear that at that
I've actually
point.
come because I know what I did was bad, but let's look at what I mean right now.
Exactly. We
What
are
should
here
I
right
do
now.
after
What
this?
should I do? I keep telling
Because
you.
I'm not thinking, what should I do after this? I've done something bad. I don't need anyone to
Don't remind me how bad
don't
it is.
remind me how bad it is. I know.
know. Yeah.
So at that time, don't remind me, and don't. After that, if you ever tell me something and something else happens,
yeah.
don't tell me I told you so. I never say I told you so. I never do it.
I don't like that sentence.
Because it has already happened.
Whoever
Even if
is
you told
watching,
me.
I do not like that.
Yeah,
sentence.
let us
I
really-
told you so. Let's refrain from using that. That statement. It's really
Because
you
you
see,
bring
this
someone
is the
so
thing.
down.
Yeah, you bring someone so down because this is the thing. Especially if someone acknowledged what happened to them in the past, and then you're saying, "I told you so," or we probably discussed about it. You gave me advice, and I just happened not to take it, or I forgot. And then here we are. You're telling me, "I told you so."
If you had done as I had told you, this would not be happening, but it is happening.
No, but you
right
see,
now.
this has happened right now, so we need to solve now.
What should I do?
Yeah, we need to solve now. You don't start telling me I told you, because you see that I told you so does not solve anything. It is not helping the problems at hand. We are trying to find solutions to the
Yeah.
existing problem. So for you to start with that, we are wasting so much time in that I told you
very
so.
much time.
You need to grow up. Next time, listen. No, that's not the moment. That's not the moment.
Yeah, actually, even parents, when your kid comes to you and they need advice, that is a big thing because kids like hiding out from
Sure.
the bad thing. Yeah. Don't start. The I told you so bit. It is always just don't use it.
Yeah.
That line is so heartbreaking.
And you know the
It is
interesting.
really-
It is heartbreaking, and you know the interesting bit is sometimes or even often we make the same mistakes over and over. We are human, right?
Yeah, we're human.
Yeah, there are those mistakes you make over and over again. But then don't keep reminding that someone has done the same thing 3 times, and then you're reminding them, "But I told you so. You're doing this the other time." They don't need to listen to that at that
And even
point.
reminding you that but this has ever happened to you. How did you learn from this?
I know.
Yeah,
it's such a heartbreaking.
So that is not
line.
advice, first of all.
It's not.
Yeah, that's so you remember how in old days how they used to spank kids?
Yeah.
That is like spanking of nowadays. Yeah, really.
True. Oh yeah, that is true. That is so true. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I told you so, and here you are. It's not encouraging. Yeah. So the way you give advice, how you give advice, just have those encouraging words.
Yeah.
Like I do understand the situation you're in, and the mere fact that you're even discussing with someone about it shows how you're acknowledging what you did.
What you did, yeah.
And that's the most important, acknowledging that I was wrong here. How can I move forward? So just give those encouraging words, give those encouraging lines. Like, oh, okay, we can avoid this next time. Next time we can try this, we can try that. If these people are bad company, reduce the time you're spending with them,
Yeah.
if this tempts you, find something else to replace it. You see the way you communicate.
Yeah, the way
really
you
matters.
the way you say something.
The way you say something, it goes in there. So we are still talking about giving advice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give us what you think in the comment section, and we'll be right back after this break.
Are you planning to launch a program, a product or service? Would you have a wedding, workshop, funeral, memorials, virtual meetings and other ceremonies? Elite TV enables your event reach more people online and scientific via Facebook, YouTube, Zoom and our partner local radios in the region. For your event, call us now on 0705 909 760 and 0781 557 245. Elite TV, empowering you.
Welcome back. You're still in the remedy with Jenny and Claire, and we're talking about giving advice. And please, I am telling you, I'm advising you actually, please let's farm, shop up, and you get all your fruits. Claire, I told you before, if just in case you just joined us, you are free to win a bottle of Star wine. if you shop, I'm saying this in slow-mo, if you shop using guzayog.com. Yeah, so welcome back, and we're talking about advice again. Tell us your opinion about advice, what you think about what we've been talking about, or your general opinion, or what you would actually want us to talk about next on the show. So Claire, talking about advice, what advice would you give to your younger self?
My younger self.
Yeah, the teen Claire.
Wow, Teen Clare, I feel like you've taken it so far.
So far, okay.
Yeah.
Any 20s, okay, just teen, like younger self, just
My
younger self.
My younger self, my teen self. My teen self, I wish I had tried to actually be myself. Yeah, I feel like I was in this community, and don't get me wrong, I was I was in school with amazing people, really, really great people. But I feel like I wish I had been myself more. I feel like I a little bit got stuck in a stage of wanting to be someone I'm not.
Okay.
Peer pressure was real.
Wow.
Yes,
Trying to prove
peer
something.
pressure was real. Yeah, you forget where you're coming from. You literally forget who you are. Not that it was such a bad extent, but I feel like I could have handled it better. I do. But then, hey, that's part of growing up. Yeah, that's part of growing up.
Would you tell that girl, be you?
Yeah, like be you, know where you come from, be humble, just focus on that moment, what you're trying to achieve then. Then if you're in school, you're trying to study, read hard, pass and go to the next level, just do that. Like, it's amazing. I can tell you that like 15 years from then, out here it doesn't really matter. Like we actually don't sit to discuss who is from where, what what background people have. It really doesn't matter. Yeah. So
who is going to get where?
Exactly, who is going to get where? It's not out here. It's a whole different story. So yeah. So I just wish I was. I just wish I had been a little bit more myself back in the day. Yeah. But then of course it wasn't so much because I was still a focused girl. Yeah. I got
you here giving people advice.
Yeah. So yeah. Then the girl in my 20s. Yeah, I wish I but it's amazing. Growing up is very interesting. I wish back in the day someone had told me to know who a friend is, who an acquaintance is, and who a colleague is. I have to say this over and over again. Like it's so important. I wish someone had told me that you need to identify who your true friends are and actually what matters at the end of it all. There is a certain stage where you tend to ignore family and you're all about your friends who are not exactly even friends.
Start quoting friends are better than family.
Exactly. Friends is not all about blood, that whole blah 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah, I wish I would tell myself, but now I know better. And I mean that's the beauty of growing up. You learn all these things and yeah. So now I know better. Now I definitely do know better.
That's good.
What would you tell yourself? The teen you.
Oh my God. And okay, first of all, I think I caged myself so much. I did not allow myself out there. Yeah. And then I was a people pleaser. Oh my God.
How did I forget to mention that about me?
I was a people pleaser. I never knew how to say no if I knew it was going to annoy you. And at the end of the day, I used to hurt myself most of the time. I used to fear so much that I feared people, getting very many people into my life because first of all, a friend used to be like too much responsibility. I have to please them all the time. I have to see that they're happy. Okay, that thing is really getting out of me, but it was too much. At that time, I would tell that girl, you just love yourself more. I feel like I used to love other people more than myself.
I'm so proud of you that you're actually realizing that now, because that was so me saying no. And let me make this clear. I've noticed I haven't exactly yet outgrown it 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, there are still those moments that come through and you don't want to say no. But then the whole people pleasing bit, you don't want to say no to anyone. You want to do whatever anyone is telling you to do. Help me with this, help me. You want to help 1,000 people.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't have, even
when you don't have like the resources and the time, you're thinking, I don't know,
I always found a way. Trust me, I always found a way of pleasing. And at the end of the day, someone would take me for granted.
Of course, they always take you for granted because they know you're always available. And it's not difficult to actually grow out of a people pleaser, I must say. But
it is hard.
Yeah, it is very hard, extremely hard. But I think I'm making baby steps towards it because initially I wouldn't even tell someone like, oh, you've pissed me off, I'm not happy with you. Ideally, I wouldn't. I'll just be like, okay. Those people are so mean, God will judge them.
But when you come out smiling.
But now I'll just be like, oh, by the way, what you did, I'm not happy. I'll not go into details, I just leave it there. Like, I'm not amused with what you said. I'll just leave it there. And then now, even when it comes, if I look at my schedule for the day and I know, Jenny, I can't squeeze you in for even those 30 minutes that you need.
I'll just tell you.
I'll tell you, you know what, I am not available. That's it. Let me not tell you, let's meet at 4 p.m. Then at 4 you're like, let's do 4:30. Then at 4:30, let's do 6 p.m. And then at the end of the night, we're actually not doing anything. So now it's for no, this can't happen today. Can we do Thursday? Can we do a week from now? So now I'm getting more realistic. It actually saves you a lot. People at first are hit with shock. They're like, oh no, but she was the girl who was always saying yes, and now she's saying no. So you first get that whole resistance, but trust me, everyone gets to understand you.
Actually, I sometimes I tell a friend of mine, something that I've probably done, to stand up for myself. Like, Jenny, no, I can't believe you really told that person off. Like, if someone was really banging, I think I'm starting to, I'm actually growing out of it. Like,
I know. Then there is also that bit of, like us being girls and all that. So you have all these potential contenders that are, that are saying, oh, I like you, I love this, I love that about you.
I knew how to throw them away.
Oh my God. And then meanwhile, you said yes to this one. So in one day, I'll never forget, there is this one time, that was a couple of years ago, of course, like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I think I said I said yes to 3 guys to go on a date.
Wow.
3 guys in one evening.
Cool.
Thank you very much. So I sat with the first one.
Pressure.
So there was one who wasn't so much a life of a party. I knew he wouldn't stay out till late. So he's the one I went out with, and dinner was after like 9. And then I scheduled them. The other 2, I just told them, you know what, find me at this happening spot.
Both of them
come through.
I want to hear
No, there was no aunt, because these were just friends.
They all came.
Yeah, they all showed up. And you see, even when they showed up, I was already with another crew. So we were in a group. So
you realized you friend zone those people?
And I didn't friend zone them, but I wanted to see all of them. I wanted to see all of them that very night.
Together?
Because I had promised. And then you see, now that's the problem of being a people pleaser. I couldn't call one or two to be like, oh no, I've cancelled this. So I figured, you know what, I need to juggle this. Not in a bad way. You see, that's the thing. I wanted to be nice and actually sit and listen to all of them, because they're like, oh, let's hang out.
Some people really don't get it. You see,
people don't.
When you're nice to people, to some men, they think this girl, she's just playing hard to get, but she will come through. But you actually say no. What? Oh my God! I'm not making sense.
You see, those are problems of being a people pleaser. The problems of being so that was what I did, because I didn't want to disappoint any of them. And they were like, oh, my friends. It's not like they were going to take anything personal if anything hadn't turned out the way they wanted.
They were new people.
They were friends, but then they want to take you out and have some quality time with you. Discuss quite a number of things. So I figured, you know what, I can't say no. I can't call this one and cancel. So I figured, okay, let's do this. Let's all go out.
Wow, I need to try this one time.
So I can't do that anymore. Though, yeah. You see, that's the advice I need to give to my younger self. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Don't do that. Just say no sometimes.
Yeah, you can just say no. You can just say, you know what, I already have plans for this evening, and it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. If the person you're talking to also has sense, ideally they should understand.
I know this is irrelevant, but it's not irrelevant for giving advice. Girls, it's not always good to just be rude to a guy because they're dating you, but then you don't always have to accept everyone just because you're too nice. I don't know how you're going to juggle that. Just confusing advice.
Striking a balance, but it also depends on the person. There are people who are extreme. They tell you, if we are not doing this, that's it.
That means you're not patient, so I'm not doing anything with you.
Yeah, because I want to think you can still open this whole option of we can be friends, you know, we can actually talk about this.
Yeah,
friends
that's what we think.
Exactly,
but
way you're
that
looking
doesn't work out.
So just because we've met and talked, just because we've met and talked and we've gone out on a date, it doesn't necessarily mean that
we're going to continue.
There is so much more we can actually do together.
Yeah, that is true. But it happens sometimes.
It does happen.
People try to, go to another step. It doesn't work out and they step friends.
And that's okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah. So you need to get to that maturity level, ladies and gentlemen, especially the gents. Yeah, you need to get to that maturity level.
Hearing. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know about you. Tell us what you would tell to your younger self at whatever age you're on. Tell us what you think your younger self should have had or should have done at that time. We're so excited to hear your story. Yeah. Anyway, so Claire, being your younger self and giving advice to your younger self is one thing, but do you think it is okay to give advice to someone who's older than you, or you seeking advice to someone who's younger than you?
It's very, very okay. I'll start with the whole giving advice to someone older than me. You know, it actually does happen. One thing we need to acknowledge is we are not perfect. We are all humans. Even someone who is 30 years older than you can do something absurd, and you can actually tell them, no, I don't think the way you conducted yourself here was appropriate. Exactly. Usually, of course,
but the way you say it,
the way you say it,
someone who's older than you,
someone who's older than you. Yeah, but of course, it usually comes with a lot of resistance. How can this little girl or this little boy be telling me what to do? It always happens, but you've pointed it out.
Yeah,
I do it a lot, but I can assure you, I always meet resistance. Always. Always, be it from family, be it from friends.
Mostly, I prefer when it is direct. Okay, if someone needs direct advice from me, not me seeing something and I have to give them advice. It is more easy. My mom always seeks advice from me, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, she can call. Sometimes she wants advice, sometimes she just needs an ear, and I can always differentiate between the two situations.
Nice.
So if she needs to listen, I can always just listen, and I'm like, oh really? Hey, that is bad. Okay. Yeah. You see, you listen, and at the end of that day, she tells you, I really needed this. Yeah, and then you feel like you've been effective.
Yeah.
Or sometimes she just tells you, this has happened, and then you can tell someone needs your opinion. Actually, most of the times to elders.
They just want your opinion.
Yeah, you're not pointing out their flaws. And you don't.
I do.
You do.
I do. Yeah. I do. I'm very open about it. If it's someone that I'm used to, someone that I've been around a lot, I'll tell you, what you've done here, I'm not amused. This
what
is not
elder
nice.
are you talking about, Claire? Your mom's age, somehow.
Trust me, even my mother. I do tell her that, I tell her, I don't like the way you handle this. So, of course, there's never. You can tell the resistance.
Yeah, but
I've said my mind.
It helps.
Yeah, but I've said my mind. What you said, and in most cases, it wasn't right. Yeah, you could have handled it better. You could have come to me first, or it wasn't probably the right people to tell such and such a thing.
And how do they take it?
It's never easy because there is always this whole thing of we are older than you, and
how do you tell me something like this?
Exactly, you should know that I know better than you, that whole thing. But I've gotten to a point I just say my mind. Growing up is quite beautiful. That's the beauty of growing up. That's the beauty of growing. So even colleagues, friends. As for colleagues, it's very simple. It's very simple. People I work with, trust me. I'll tell you.
What you've done is not okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you this is not right. You go deal with it. You go deal with it. Sulk, think about it. If it makes sense, fine, you can learn from it. If you still want to, be defensive, that's entirely up to you. But then I've told you my mind. I've told you I'm not happy with this, and
I think I'm actually someone, but I don't know if lucky, but most of my friends call me when they're asking for advice. Not me looking for some sport and then giving them advice. They'll call me, and at the end of the day, they're like, thank you so much. I needed this.
That's nice. That's nice. I used to talk to a couple of friends and colleagues, and we talk, and at the end of the day they are thinking, oh, okay, it was so nice talking to you. I feel better. I feel relaxed. Because one thing about me, I am not judgmental. I take everyone as they come. Because I hate being judged, so I hate judging someone. Because someone will come and tell you something absurd, and you'll be like, what? How could you do something like that? Oh my God, you're so evil. No. I don't judge. I just
let's leave that to God.
Exactly. That is God's work. So I take everyone the way they come. I listen to you the way you come. And for me, it's always about finding the way forward. Finding the way forward.
What are we going to do after that?
What are we going to do about it? Not for first tell me, how did you get yourself in this situation? I already know I've gotten myself in it. The last thing you need to do is to remind me that I'm there. So for me that's it. Then of course, someone younger, you give the advice. You give the advice.
You can always give advice.
But it also depends. You find the young ones who are really, really young, and they're thinking you're giving this mature advice, and they're thinking
this one thinks she's so old.
And she's too serious for life.
Sometimes I think maturity is in the head.
True.
Have you ever met someone who is so young and they're giving opinions they have lived for very many years?
True, like there's an old soul inside them.
So maturity is in here.
It's in the mind.
It is in the mind. So the way you conceive things, you can even be 30 and you're giving weird advice.
True. Oh yeah, so that is true.
It's very true. So it is not about the age. Anyone can give me advice. Sometimes, honestly, today in the morning I was hanging some shoes. Kathy, we have a friend called Kathy. She has a daughter, very young. I was putting shoes on top, and she told me, "Kubwa, like they're going to fall."
You can imagine.
So you can imagine,
But she has probably seen it happen before, so
and I had not realized she was going to fall.
So you see.
I had not put them, but she realized that if you put shoes here, they're actually going to fall. So it's not about age.
It's not about age. You've actually spoken of a baby. So I have this niece. She's called Gabrielle. And she happens to be my goddaughter as well. So she's my goddaughter as well. So I don't know. She's like an angel. That girl is like an angel. So this one time, my sister calls me, and she tells me, so Gabi is here saying all these things. What is happening? There's a way she mentions things that are almost like about to happen. Now that, now that's
a gifted lady.
I know. She's
Am I going to
gifted.
kiss my angel?
I know. She's so sweet.
Wow.
So now my sister called me the following day. Now the previous night I had left town late. I think like at 12:30 a.m. So on my way back, of course, we're still in the curfew times. Look, before this current lockdown, the other one where curfew was at 9. So I met a patrol. So there was a roadblock, and then guys stopped me. Where are you from? I explained myself, where I was from, where I'm going. So it so happens she had mentioned to the mother the day before, out of the blue, she had mentioned, oh, Auntie Claire, I think soldiers have taken her.
What?
I know.
Oh my
I
God.
know, yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah, you can imagine. And indeed, I had actually met soldiers that night. So I hadn't talked to my sister about it. So I was wondering, she's such an angel. I know. So yeah, I know. So so my sister called me. She's like, "Are you okay? Gabby's here prophesizing how you're meeting soldiers."
And you did.
So I really told her the story. I'm like, yeah, by the way, last night I met a patrol, but then it was from here. Yeah, but you can. I know. Do you see how little and innocent some of these things come? Yeah, they come to pass. Yeah. So
advice can come.
yeah, it does happen. Yeah, but for me, when someone older is talking to me, I listen.
Yeah,
I do a lot of listening. Because always respect someone who has lived more days than you, more years than you. Of course, not all of them talk sense. There are those, like you said, maturity is in the mind. So, but usually age is wisdom. So I usually pay attention to people who have lived older than me. Trust me, as you grow up, you pay attention. At a certain age, you believe, no, age is just a number. But no, sometimes it's actually age. Yeah, the person has seen more days, they've been through more experience, or they've probably gone through the same situation or experience you've been through. So they know better.
Yeah, that actually makes me wonder. So do you have, for you to give advice, do you have to have experienced some situation that someone is telling you, or do you give advice even if it is you're playing?
You can be playing, but advice from experience I think is always the best.
It's always the best.
Yeah, it's always the best. But you can also give experience even if you haven't gone through a situation. Yeah. There are those things that are quite clear. Someone is going through a piece and you think this ought to be done. Yeah, some things are quite clear. You don't have to have gone through them, but you can give experience. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Can we end it? I know you're shooting, but please, you cut this off. Yeah. I want to be short. Should we end it? This guy, what time is he going to go?
I know.
We end.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to end. Be ready to tell them bye.
Wait, you didn't?
Yeah, I didn't end. You cut that. So we're still recording, right?
Yeah. So now you continue.
Yeah, we just continue.
We're just going to continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it has been a very nice discussion with you all. Thank you so much. Please leave your opinions about giving advice. You're still on The Remedy. Forever you're on ATV. We're here to deliver. We are with Henry, always behind the camera, making our ads, making our videos, making us look this beautiful. And
well, yeah, before we close up, I cannot forget to remind you about guzayuji.com. Please visit the website. We have amazing items, amazing products for you to purchase, and they will be delivered right where you are. Don't you worry about the movement, at your doorstep. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. We're here because you're on The Remedy ATV, empowering you.
Do you have Uganda at heart? How about buying products made in Uganda by Ugandans from a Ugandan online shop anywhere, anytime?
Introducing guzayuji.com, a one-stop center for Uganda's locally made products. Buy Uganda, build Uganda.
I am Ugandan.
So a few days ago, you joined the crowds in the market for your fresh foods. You'd equally brave the risky streets, exposing yourself to the virus.
Cut the hustle. If you're in Barara, all your fresh foods can now find you on your doorstep.